2022 season, obviously a big headline heading into that was next-gen car, how you guys were going to adapt. Every race is kind of new in a way because you're in a new style of car, but how do you feel like that's been, and now are you adjusted to that? You feel pretty good?
Yeah, I feel like everyone's, kind of adapted pretty quickly, I feel like. I think everyone knew the first month or two was going to be pretty challenging, just everyone figuring out how to drive the cars, how to work on them, how they were just kind of predict, and you don't really know until you get there nowadays. And with very short practices, you have to kind of be pretty close on loading. So I feel like everyone's done a pretty good job. I feel like the races have been pretty good. So it's gone great so far this season as far as kind of a car development standpoint. Obviously, we would have liked to have won a race by now, but I think we're close. It's also good to see, I think the stands and kind of the attendance has been great this year. So that's been great since kind of everything's been back to normal. So it's been a good start to the year. I wish we'd, like I said, have won once or twice, but I think that's coming pretty soon, I hope at least.
Yeah, you've been close. You've had multiple top 10 finishes. How close do you think your team is to taking the checkered flag? Yeah,
I think we're performing where we need to be. It's just kind of cleaning some stuff up and everything kind of go right. And sometimes you can control things to make you win the race if you do the best you can on pit road and restarts, and you look back at stuff and think what you can do better week in and week out. Some things you can't control, but the best things I've always said in our group is just do your job the best of your ability. And I mean, if you have speed enough to win the race, then you might give yourself a shot at it, but just can't make kind of little mistakes, fundamental mistakes. That's some things that we try to clean up. I mean, from my side to pit road to calling the race, I mean, all that stuff kind of goes into it. So I think we can go out and win any week. It's just about putting everything together.
And this weekend you're at Kansas. Just looking ahead to that race, how do you feel about it, and just your thoughts heading there?
Yeah, I've always enjoyed going to Kansas. It's it's an important race. It's in the playoffs, so that's one of these races that you really want to pay attention to and kind of build a good notebook for going back there in the fall. So it is a neat place as far as the area and the track. I think is one of the more racier tracks that we go to. So better have a heavy right foot this weekend, a lot of on throttle time, and be right up against the wall. So I look forward to going there. I made my first Cup start there in 2014, so it's always a special place to go back to.
You mentioned your first Cup start. I was actually thinking back to interviews we've done over the years, from being with the Wood brothers and sitting in that shop and talking about your first win to where you are now. When you kind of reflect on the last few years, what comes to mind for you, and how do you feel about where you are and how you've progressed?
Well, I've been really fortunate. It's been a fun ride to get to drive for the Wood brothers for a few years and get my first win with them. I'm still mad we didn't get 100 for them when we won at Pocono. That was 99. So that kind of stinks, but it was great, get to work with that family. They welcomed me into their, kind of their big family, right away. And even when I left there, I'm still considered family. So they told me that from day one. And then to get to go to drive for Roger Penske and win races for him has been a true blessing. So I've had great owners, great teammates along the way, great people to work with that, I remember we're in the sport when my dad was still running and I was just a young kid, and they're still in it today. So definitely fortunate to be where we're at, and look forward to keep going for many more years.
Yeah, and May is a big month here in Charlotte. Obviously, the end of the month is the Coke 600. Mm-hmm. That's one of the crown jewels. It's also really special for how NASCAR gives back to military families and veterans. So you have that race coming up. You also have your inaugural event for your foundation. So a big final week of May. But just looking ahead to that, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, big month of May. Obviously you got the big weekend, in May, from the Indy 500, the 600, and I think Monaco with the F1 guys. So that's always a fun day of racing. But yeah, I think NASCAR, it's been a true honor to be a part of the 600 for all the military, families that come out and honor those who have given their lives, for this country. So it's been a true blessing to meet those people, meet the families along the way. And it's definitely a special month. Like I said, it's from our event, the whole week leading up to the 600. And then that race day is going to be very special. So I look forward to it. It's going to be a busy week.